Charles is my name. I am a resident of Kinyomos village, Kirianongo sub-county in Masindi district. I am a member of Madifa Sacco, and I'm a farmer undertaking many enterprises, but key among those is maize production. I've been a farmer for over 10 years now, but for this particular place where we are right now, I've been growing here maize for the last 3 seasons. This particular area where you are standing is 10 acres, and from the harvest so far, I expect about 13 tons, which is about 130 bags standard. If you do the right practices, it brings in high returns on each investment you put there. But also for maize, one, it is a cash crop, but it's also a food crop. So some of it you can preserve for food, and then the rest you sell for income. Another enterprise that I undertake is a tree growing, and on my left is a forest plantation, which is about 12 acres. It is about 2.5 years now, and you can see the performance. I bought these improved seedlings from National Forest Authority, nursery bed from Masindi. I took a calculation at year 1 after planting, and the cost per standing tree by that time was 1,200 shillings per tree. Like I've said, this forest is about 2.5 years. At the 3rd year, I expect to begin reaping some income. From the thinnings, these small sized poles you can see, I'll thin them out and will be sold as building materials, but will also be sold as firewood. Firewood in this place is now a very expensive item. You find people moving over long distances looking for firewood. With regards to my maize enterprise, I keep about 4 types of records. The first record is the production process record. The second kind of record is the financial record. Then I have a record of the budget and expenses and income. And then I also have a record of the sales. Now, with regards to the production process, I have 2 systems that I use for growing maize. The first system is what we call conservation farming method, but there is also the traditional farming methods, because the activities under each system differ. So under the production process is one, the record that I keep is what kind of farming method am I going to use. Is it the traditional? Is it the conservation farming method? The first record that I take is the budget. Before I go into a season and before I undertake an activity for that season, I first make a budget. A budget will first of all take note of how many acres am I going to grow and what activities am I going to undertake in order to manage the 10 acres. Yeah, so I will have the activity, I will have the unit, I will have the price for each item, I will also have the amount. So when I compile that budget, it will give me the total amount of money that I require to complete the process of growing the 10 acres. And from that record, I also try to make a projection of what will be the cost per acre, because that is very important. So after harvesting, I normally hold some of the maize in the crib. This one we can see. But I also shell some of the maize before it gets here to get some money. One, to pay off the harvesting costs, but also to help me prepare for the season that is coming. So the sales record I normally keep those records. What quantity have I sold in total? What has been the sales price? And the price, how does it compare with the cost per kilo? Because initially I also make a computation, what will be the cost per kilo. So when I sell, I make that comparison. What was the plan in terms of cost per kilo? What is the actual in terms of cost per kilo? And then what is the selling price? So from there you can make an analysis to see whether you're making profit or not making profit. Well, my future plans, as I also age, I need to get somebody who can help me keep records. Somebody within the homestay to help me keep records. But also, I need to venture into getting a system where we can store all our records in one place. I'm looking at acquiring a laptop which can help us keep some of these records. Because once I buy it, I'll get an expert to install the systems that I want that are relevant to my farming activities. Record keeping for anybody involved in farming, and especially if he's doing farming as a business, record keeping is a must. Because you will not do a business if you don't have a record. If you don't have a record, that means you cannot track your costs, you cannot track your returns, and if you cannot track those two, then you also cannot know whether you are making profit or not making profit. But unfortunately, a greater percentage of our farmers, if they are keeping any record, then that is a record in the head which you cannot rely on. But the biggest percentage of our farmers do not keep records. And my advice to them is they should start keeping records of all activities that they undertake.